Hello friend, and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East. Let's continue after, or where we left off after, previously doing a bunch of stuff. I was a bit sick back then. I'm slightly better now. Not overly so, but, yeah, it's a bit better. I thus want to do a bit more serious work around here. So basically, I have a bunch of units that will deal with these pockets. I don't really care that much for those other projects. Let's just go in here, so I'll take that additional hex. I kind of have to scoot around these guys, move over, but that's fine. They probably can't even move that much anymore. Look, I'd gladly go into places like these, but there's just absolutely nothing. Yeah, let's just have that as the final part there. There are no real roads around that area either. So we'll just have to see how all of that develops now. I'll try to keep the 28th Corps over in this location dealing with those units. Moving those guys up. Now we have this core slightly overburdened. It's not that big of a deal. Alright. Sure, that's fine. So I'll keep that like that. And we got those guys moving too. So both of these cores should be moving over in that direction. As it is. Then you here. Yeah, I'll be sending these guys over there. I would say so. Let's at least though make sure that this unit can't move and get at the rail line. So I'll be clearing that pocket, and at the same time I'll be having units move into this space to establish a position around here. Yeah, I'm still way too stretched out there to do anything else, so anyway, these guys can get off the train. They both look pretty buff, which is nice. I will have yeah, I'll have them take a position like that so I can kill these rather sooner than later. Now that I have this unit in there, I can move another unit up here. Ideally, I'll get that motorized unit out there too. And let's park it in Kalinin for some refitting. I don't have a rail line going all the way into Kalinin, unfortunately. Maybe at some point. Let's see. This doesn't look stellar, but I guess... I mean, what are they gonna do? Walk in there? I don't think so. Let's move you up into these heavy woods. And... move... you here. I'm trying to get around Moscow, so any rail cutting that I can do there is a good idea, I think. Alright, well, that works marginally okay. Let's just put you under the 41st though. And then I guess these will get under the 39th. That being a bit better. Let's see. I don't see that much improvement from quite a few of these units, unfortunately. That's that. There. So retaken Podolsk. Let's cut off that first Guards Rifle Corps. I mean, this is dangerous enough, but... let's see, so... I'll send some units back, especially these and these. More refits, refit. This unit shall still be refit, even though I don't have any rail line going there. Alright, that's looking reasonable. Not the best, but it's fine. Pretty decent line, at least. Also, I can cut this rail line. Probably useful. Ugh. Technically, the Soviets still have the rail line, both like this. I don't know whether the computer has the same limitations. If this was my rail line, I couldn't use it. But they still have the rail like this up here, and then obviously we have Ivanovo, but they can still go down and then here and then out of there to Vladimir. They still have that. So... Let's only use you. How about only 17th? No. Now, nothing can go in there, unfortunately. That's okay. Oh. I'll just continue along trying to take some territory here. Try to put some distance between what they have and this. This is back up to 6. That's okay. If I just put these under the 47th Panzer Corps, I know they're in the 2nd Army, but at least they're in command. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is, I guess, the best I can do with them. That's fine. Alright, I have you. Let's go into... No, let's stay there. Let's see. So if these, they're gonna move up. I think I should be able to take Tambov with the other army. It's gonna be a pretty tough walk at that. Naturally. But also, yeah, because there's no rest. Well, no rest for the wicked, as they say. There we are. Now for the next army. One, two, okay. I'll see whether I can encircle it. I don't want to overcommit with a Luftwaffe field division, but unit truck uses gargantuan. Also Russian though. Okay. I will definitely deal with the mess at Stalingrad here too. But Let's take a look at the flanks. I think this is looking fine though. Okay. Because let's get them out of here. Somehow, let's see though. Tank Corps, Guards Mechanized. I have a... sensation that okay, let's kick these guys down. There's just what? Ground snow, air cold. Oh, wow. I think okay, that didn't go super smoothly. They can move through like this, which is pretty decent. But the thing... Let's, oh, at the very least, get this out. I've been thinking... if I... let's move down. Okay. So I am taking this hex. If I get a unit into there... like this does not cut it. Because of stuff. Also, this is in the way now. Well. I think if I not attack with these, I can probably still push these guys around here. Or not. Or yes. Not enough though. If I attack without Totenkopf, I can probably push them out. Yep. There's still some strength left in these guys. And then really, they're going to 5. Push you back. Ha. There we go. That at least cuts them off for a turn and should give them enough disruption that they are going to be somewhat weaker here. That's... The units that I have here are not particularly powerful. However, I don't want to extend too far in there with other units, so that things don't get too crazy. I'll just take those hexes there, put you in here. I don't expect serious offenses around there anymore. But, well, okay. Well, I do think routing them is still a good job at that point. They did not take this hex, which, well, we know there's nothing here or here, so there must be a unit in that hex. Meaning that even if I move them up, those hexes will not be taken. Meaning that even if I do move them up, not a whole lot will happen. Now that we fixed that rail, I also want to depot a chair station. I'm gonna think about how I'm gonna work with that, but I've got a few units on the refit there. I really don't think they need to go there. Alright. And I'll be trying to make life a little bit easier for myself here. By pushing those out, but not really. I had hoped for a rat, but that was maybe a bit too much wishful thinking. Still, I'll be pressuring the AI here a bit. I actually kind of suspected that they would have a depot there, but I guess they did not. Not that they'll be able to beat that artillery division though. They'll stay there. It's the middle of no man's land. There really isn't a whole lot in any of that area. Even here, they can technically just waltz straight through, but I don't have the units to plug that gap. They should stay like that in a defensive posture. Still need to be those, but I'm not going to be able to do it with this with just the 20th motorized. I'll actually move you out though. Just get them in here. Seems slightly better. I'll leave everything but the 18th. And they're going to move over into these sections, trying to deal with whatever Soviet forces there might be. And just generally take back the stuff that's here once they've recovered a bit. Okay. Third mountain can get into the mountain area from there. Thing is, though, they're... I'll put them under a different core in time. For now. I guess they can go down, also trying to deal with this unit next turn. Probably good enough. And I'll have both of these guys just stay in Stalino for now. I will put them under the 3rd Romanian. Maybe they have a slightly easier time refitting. 4th Romanian is overburdened. 3rd Romanian isn't so far, but it will be. Alright, there we go. There we go. They too will have to go around. I will put it under the 2nd Hungarian army. So that at least at the core level it won't be as bad. I have a sensation I'm sending a few too many units down here, but that's okay. I can have some 1st Panzer Army units move up as well, depending on how things look down there. Oh. But to be honest, I actually really don't think I need that many more units. At least down there. Let's send 232nd over to this city. And have them support that. Same applies to the 161st. Just really need more frontage there at this point. And I'll actually send the 10th Panzer Grenadiers over to Tula. As quite frankly, I feel like we don't need more forces at Stalingrad. Or I feel like I'm hampered in my progress in other areas by overcommitting to Stalingrad otherwise. So I'll just send them here. Anything else on the train? You. Now, I'm actually gonna send that Luftwaffe Field Division into Stalingrad so we can defend that. As much as I like leaving cities undefended, I think that's a bit greedy. So I will at least leave something in the city to hold it. And let's switch those up. So I'll put you on the 3rd Panzer Corps. And like this will also make it very problematic for the AI to get around here and do things. It will cost them a lot of PP moving things around, and that's exactly also what I want. Let's actually move you up though. I'm greedy like that. These guys haven't been cut off. My hope is then that I can do it next turn, and with these guys at least cut off for a turn that will cause enough disruption that it's going to be a problem for them. Do I have anything in here now? I don't think so. No. Let's take a look down here. The answer is no. One thing that I'm wondering about though is whether the Hungarian Mountain Brigade has actual mountaineers. Or some. They do have mountain guns. Doesn't look much like a mountain gun, but okay. Well, that should be about it. Let us also make sure I mean, that's some territory. Alright. To be honest, like I said, I think the game is won, but let's just see how far we can go, ultimately. Like, it does not really look like the AI is capable of putting up any resistance anymore. I guess locally they can, but barely. If they cannot even do something at Rybinsk, Yaroslavl, and Ivanovo like this, they have a serious problem. Especially if I can get to Vladimir on the next turn, that would effectively cut Moscow off from all rail connections. So that that can't be good for them. Getting the points at Tambov will get me to 751, together with Grozny, if it's empty, 766 or 67, depending on what happens with points, but that will not be enough. So taking both Tambov and Grozny at this point is not going to be enough for a victory. Yeah. It was quite predictable that they were going to get some successes here. They have too many units for me to take down everything for now. But ultimately the goal is to see how they behave through that. Seems like they tried moving up in there. That's interesting. Seems like I didn't make some rolls there, but yeah. Okay. That's a 30 strength unit. That's a lot. Wow. Again, I would also expect to see less Soviet reaction attacks over time here. They still have a lot of points for units that were encircled. 150,000 again. They seem to be really pushing for the city there. And I have no clue how they still have supplies in those areas. But think they should. I can encircle these guys by moving up. I would actually be glad if they held out, as weird as that sounds. Okay. Whatever. Soviet moving like that sucks. At least that cost them the majority of their movement, I think. Maybe I was a bit overzealous in what's going on here, but... Didn't I move those guys out? Wow, okay. Guess I didn't. I don't think they can occupy all the hexes here, and... ultimately stuff like that is going to be their undoing in that area. And even if I don't make it, it still buys me valuable time for me to take the other objectives. Regardless, so... Right, I'll be back with the start of my turn because this is going to take pretty long here. Alright, back, and this turn we got 11,000 men extra on the map. I guess not from... maybe from some reinforcement, we'll see. Soviets lost 121,000 on the map, etc, etc. Also a lot of planes. There's a lot less trucks in the pool, which makes sense. Anyway, we got some ground success in Africa. That's great. The longer that takes, the better too. Oh, and the Soviets lost because they don't have forces in the northern front. Huh. Anyway, that also means... almost less than 4,000. That's too bad. As for the metrics then, total men for the Soviets is still kicking down the bucket. 5.523. Manpower losses going... yeah, they're closer to 200,000 now. It's just that it's harder to find Soviet forces. Total guns getting close together now, but the Soviets keep churning out tanks like it's mad. Oh, that's that cavalry. Alright, well, the weather is still not too amazing. Oh, that's a lot of units by train there. Holy smokes.